Today I want to show you how we harvest and dry and then store our lavender so that we can benefit from that lovely aroma all year round. The first thing to notice is quite a gloomy start to the day, so I've gone for early morning. You can just hear the rush hour is about to start. The reason I've gone for early morning is because the heat of the sun is actually going to draw out the essential oils. The essential oils are going to be part of what we're going to benefit from with regards to the scent in the blossom. So if you can just do a close-up, sorry. What we don't want is to go for the flowers that are actually open like that. These are perfect for your pollinators, so we leave some of those on. Instead, what we'll be going for is the buds that are sort of vibrant in colour but not fully opened yet. So this would be a good example, nice dark purple. And you can see it's got its first set of leaves there with some flowers, and then it's got true leaves down here. So if I cut it there, then what I've also done within this shrub is I've created an opportunity for those new leaves to become new flower stems. So I'm going to be doing this throughout the growing season. Okay, this one's a good example as well of that. Well, they all are, aren't they? So the reason to keep doing this is to encourage new growth, but also to store that beautiful scent and aroma. So I'm going to start thinking about maybe just doing one bunch today, and I've maybe got about 15 to 20 different stems in there. Now what you can see is they've all got those extra leaves on, and then you simply just do that, and then you get them so that they're more or less flat, and then you use an elastic band. Okay, the reason to use an elastic band is we're drying this out to dissuade any sort of moisture that could help bacteria to grow. So because we don't want bacteria to grow, if I keep it relatively loose between each of these stems, that will then give the opportunity for them to dry out fully. This is air hanging as a method. Okay, I'll just put one more in there. So this method of air hanging is kind of ancient method. You would have seen lavender being used medicinally thousands of years ago, and that strong aroma is really evocative of sort of all of those things that we use it for, sort of the antibacterial effects and all the rest of it. But these ones I'm actually going to just hang up. I might get a little paper clip and just create a hook. So you can see that from this one plant I'll probably harvest 2 of these at a time, and that will help to sort of energise it to regrow. But we do like to leave some to grow for the bees and the pollinators, because that's the kind of garden we want to grow. Now, do not be tempted to use twine. It looks great on, like all those pins on Pinterest or Instagram. It looks really cute, doesn't it, with the twine and all the rest of it. The only reason I'd use twine is to feed it up through there to create a hook to hang it from. Then what you need to do is find somewhere that is dark but airy. Okay, so I've seen people advise hanging it up in your actual clothes cupboard. The problem with that is you want it somewhere where you're not going to knock it, because you can kind of already see a few of the little flower heads have been knocked off. Now these are going to be little dried flowers that are going to be edible, so we can put these into our herbal tea infusions, and we can also put them into any baking that we want to do. I always get the word wrong. Is it a pestle and mortar or a mortar and pestle? Where you grind them. So once they're dry, and this process will take about 2 to 3 weeks, depending on air circulation where you put them. I'd be tempted inside, we've got a 3-bed setting, so I'd be tempted to just hang it up across the doorway, and on a door that we don't close, basically, but somewhere which doesn't get a lot of direct sunlight. So it's not pitch black, but it's like a through passage so it gets air, but also it's kind of cute, like 2 or 3 of these hanging up on the top. And 2 or 3 weeks later, these should be dry. You'll know if they're dry because the stems snap. They don't bend anymore, the moisture is gone, so they'll snap. Then all you have to do is above maybe like a cloth or above the actual jar you're going to put them in, you take that and you just rub the flowers between your hands like this, and your hands smell gorgeous. And you can, there's nothing to stop you. If you were to hang this week and then do another 3 or 4 from this one plant, hang them over the course of the next couple of weeks, there's nothing wrong with this hanging up for 6 weeks before you do that process. Just make sure it's not going to get dusty or anything like that. So then you just simply do that, all the flowers fall down. I would say, just make sure you haven't got too many bugs, but we're quite lucky not to have too many at the moment. And then you've got your flowers harvested. Okay, so at that point, if you want to include them in things like shortbread, you can add them in with the flour. If you use that, is it a pestle and mortar or mortar and pestle? You know, when you grind it, you can do that. You can even try using the food processor for it, but you just grind the dry flowers up and add it in with the flour, not flowers. And that's a nice way to add that sort of aromatic, almost like how you'd expect a rose to taste is how lavender tastes. And it just gives that tiny little scent as well, not too strong, but just a little scent, which is really perfect. So you could do that, but you could also put those flowers directly into little twill pouches, and you can put those in as part of gifts. So we like to give obviously a lot of fresh herbs and sort of growing living herbs as presents, but sometimes I like to create other things with it. Now with stalks, you'll find the nice sort of snappable stalks that are dried off. We put some of them in with the bedding with the chickens. Other things you can do, if you've got a barbecue or anything like that, you can actually put these on the barbecue and they just release that little bit of extra aroma. Some people think it puts mosquitoes off. I'd be tempted to agree, to be honest. I think just that aroma of anything just puts them off enough. So basically it's as simple as that, and you can do it at home, and you can do it from one plant, which is the other thing to really bear in mind. I've seen a lot of videos where they've got 16 foot of lavender all hanging down, but this is the exact same principle. No matter how large your bunches are, this is how you're going to hang them. Okay, so I hope I have inspired you, and if we have, please let us know in the comments, because I want to know how to develop this, because I would like to show you guys how to make herbal teas from this as well. Because obviously being homegrown herb gardening, we've got a lot of ideas in that way. But as we're a new channel, please like and subscribe, and if you want to sort of share it with your friends as well, that would be really appreciated. But thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope you can see how easy it is. Thanks, bye!